Hello and welcome back to the Cafe d'Arcadia. My name is Sagril and I have a bit of a story to talk to you about today. Spoilers, guys, it's a little heavy, so be ready for that. When I was young, as a person, I was exposed to two very different things growing up. Two very large and impactful set of circumstances that affected my life. The first one is that I lived in a household primarily dominated by women. My only male role model that I had passed when I was very young. He was my human grandfather. He passed away to some very heavy medical complications due to his service. So I never got to know him as an adult. I only got to know him as a kid. But he was grandpa. But besides him, nobody male affected me the same, like as deeply. So I would bond to a lot of the female the women in my life. Many of those women's advocated for me. They fought to make me understood. They helped me to understand my face, my behaviors, my interactions with the world, how to interact with it, and how to resolve conflict. And so a lot of my mannerisms I've picked up because of them. A lot of the other condition that really affected my life is I played a lot more video games than and there's actually three conditions, but I need to get to that. I played a lot more video games. I role played. I fell into nerd culture very, very hard. I found characters I liked. I played them. You gave me Smash Bros. I'm picking up characters like Mewtwo, Captain Falcon, Zelda, Lucario. You take me to an old MMO like Cabal Online. I'm playing a female Blader because I loved them in their flowing dresses. You take me. You give me the Forcer, I'm going to be playing the male with the stylish leather jackets and the slacks and the boots. You put me on League of Legends, which I quit because I wanted to keep my sanity. I would play Ari, Darius, Riven, Shyvana, Varus, Tryndamere. I don't remember the anchor guy's name, but I would play a lot of those characters. But you kind of get the idea. But I would play pretty much whoever I wanted. But as I got older, people would ask me questions like, why do you play the girl character? Why aren't you wearing the cool armor? Do you just... Are you gay? And most of the time I had answers, but they weren't completely honest. At least, now that I'm looking back on it. I would say things like, I like this character more. Or, I'm not a fan of that armor style or the lack of options. Or I'd say I just don't resonate with that character. And they're all valid ways to play your games. But as I said, I wasn't consciously being honest. When I would start role-playing in TTRPGs, I'd make characters like Nexus, the half-elf fighter who spoke with sign language because he was mute. I'd make characters like Gremory, the sultry vampire alchemist who basically enslaved a paladin and made him break his oath. I would play pretty much whoever I wanted, and it didn't care who it was. I would make a character and play them. And when I became a DM, I would make worlds. I'd fill them with characters, I'd fill them with people. I would play those people to the best of my ability. The lowly guard who used the halberd, who talked in the old dwarvish kind of talk. Or I would play like shadow dancer assassins, like Alex Straza, who I used to murder a friend's character as a DM. I would make characters, whatever they were, and play them to the best of my ability as I saw them in my head, voices and all. But in those same formative years, being in school, I had two human brothers to deal with. I had my human mother, who was a single mother. And being the oldest, I had to prioritize taking care of everything. If I was playing the computer, playing on TeamSpeak, talking to friends, I had to give it up if one of my two brothers wanted it. If I was playing on the Xbox and playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and I was talking with a good group of randos, my brothers wanted to play with me, I had to stop what I was playing and play with them. If I wanted to have plans outside the house, be it to go to a church function, be it to a recital of mine for drama club, be it just go to spend the night. No, you have chores to do and you have to take care of the dog. Your brothers are already having plans that they need to prioritize. You need to make sure everything's taken care of. So unless I plan for things out weeks in advance, couldn't do anything. I was trapped in a cage of circumstance. Kind of explains why I get pretty attached to y'all, and I try to make plans with you guys as far in advance as I can, but that's besides the point. Eventually, at human age 18, I took a trip down to visit Granny Dargadia, and I had 3 months that I got to thrive. I mean, sure, I was stuck with Grandma, but I had 3 months of meeting people and not being bound to my brothers. And then later at age 20, I officially moved in with her. And I got to spread my wings. I went to college, and in college, I met people like Pumpkin, people like Lorelei through the LARPing group that I ended up going to. I got to meet people like Mimsy. All of them have been on stream at one point or another with us. They're some of my, Lorelei is my wife, Pumpkin, Mimsy, Bottles, some of those faces on the server that are my IRL friend. They know me, and I would have not met them had I not moved down here. But through them, I've met even more people. I've met people from all walks of life, all choices and decisions and trauma and identity and experience that led them where they are. And as a result, I mean, even some of you have known me longer than the cafe's been open, and you've seen me change. But all of this exposure to people, to groups, to friends, making all of these connections and memories kind of culminated into this. Last year, I made a female model. You guys saw it for the first time. I ran with it for the entirety of Sexy September last year, and it was supposed to be a fun thing. It was supposed to be just a fun thing. We did it for September, haha. But I ended up getting really attached to it. I ended up improving upon it. I worked at it. I made the changes. I made it what I wanted it to be, instead of just something kind of easily thrown together. And I mean, you guys have seen the newest model. And then Sunday hit. And I don't mean Sunday hit in a bad way. I mean, I got really into my own head. I asked myself some really hard questions. And for me, that's very hard for me, because with ADHD, my mind's always running. But for me to get locked in my own head and talking to myself and really making myself face myself and reflect, that's sometimes very hard. And so I started asking myself some hard questions. Do you like your male model? Well, yeah, I just need to find ways to improve it. Make it better, make it more expressive, make it more clean, But what about me? What about your female model? I really do adore it. And it lets me express myself. It lets me show off my creativity. It lets me do things I can't do with my male model. So which of us is you? I ended up sitting on that for hours. Couldn't find an answer that was singularly one or the other. And in conjunction with my ADHD and my own fucked up thought patterns at the time, I was externally shut down most of the night. I stayed awake. I played video games. I tried to find a way to think about it and process that question to myself. And I ended up finally having an answer. They're both me. So, what does that mean for you? Anyone who's had a serious question, like a serious conversation with me, has had me ask questions like this to them. So, my brain does it to me too, so don't feel isolated. But my response is kind of why I'm making this video. If both are me, what am I? And as of right now, my answer is that I'm gender fluid. I am both male and female, and I'm okay with that. And I know some answers are going to be made in the future, but I know a couple questions that are going to be asked now. What are your pronouns going to be? I'm pretty sure you're going to have some new ones. I mean, any are fine, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm gonna have to adjust if being called she, her, or they, them, but it's not a bad feeling being referred to as that. It's just it's gonna be a little different, but it's not bad. Are you gonna be changing your name? I mean, a lot of people change their name when they find a new identity. No, I'm not changing my name. I'm still gonna be Sagril, your lovable Fae cafe owner. I mean, even Sagril is a gender-neutral name. It means guardian, and it's Old Gaelic. It's where a lot of the names of the Fae came from. So, still Sagril. Is there going to be anything medical happening? No, not the medical. Not as of right now. I don't know what the future will hold for me in that regards, but I don't think so. I don't think so at the moment. Is this going to fake yours and Lorelai's relationship? Are you guys gonna be okay? I mean, Lorelai and I have been together a long time. I don't think this is going to hurt our relationship. I really don't think it's going to hurt our relationship. Do I think there's going to have to be adjustments made? I mean, yeah. Is we're going to be exploring some new territory with me? Very much so. But it's not going to hurt us. So, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a little weird going forward, but I'm still going to be me. Thank you guys for coming and listening. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe out there. Thank you for coming by the cafe again. Have a good night, everybody.